What's up, guys? It's Keg from Rum Pure with another Rum Pure Bets video free pick. Today, we'll break down a couple angles I see for the Sunday's Cup race at Daytona, the O'Reilly Auto Parts 253. And so far this season, we bet 5 races on the live show. We cashed 4 of the first 5, a couple plus 400s. A couple plus 375s and a plus 200. But the one race that we did not make money in so far this year was the Clash. And that's the Daytona Road Course, which is where they're going to be this Sunday. We had Ryan Blaney at the Clash in first place on the final turn of the final lap, and he ends up shitting the bed for us. So we missed the money there because of a wreck. But, all in all, it's been a pretty good start to the NASCAR year. So anybody that knows me really knows that I do the majority of my NASCAR betting live. I think the market's really soft. Not as soft as it was 3 years ago, when we were cashing some huge prices. But still, nonetheless, I still think it's still a soft marketplace, especially live. I think you can find a couple edges. So in the race, Chase Elliott, man, huge 2-1 favorite I'm looking at right now on DraftKings. And I think it's warranted. It's incredibly low for anybody that knows about NASCAR. Last year, even on the cookie cutter mile and a half tracks, the favorites were usually 4-1. So plus 200, it's bigger than normal. But I really can't argue the number here because Chase Elliott is that much better than the field when it comes to road courses like this, especially since he's joined the Cup Series. So, a few years ago, over the last 5 years maybe, we've seen a changing of the guard on NASCAR road courses. Kyle Busch and Martin Truex Jr. basically owned road courses like Watkins Glen. But if you look at what Chase Elliott has done the last couple of years, he's blown them out of the water. So this year, a couple guys I'm working with over on the DFS side of Rum Pure that are really solid at that in NASCAR, Coop, Matty Ice, and Mike. I've been talking to Coop all week about this race, been bouncing things off each other back and forth. And I feel good about where we are. I think we got a couple angles that are worth taking a look at. In 64 road course races for Kyle Busch and Truex, they combined for 8 wins. Chase Elliott is already at 5 wins through 12 Cup races, road course wise. So, the kid's killing it. He deserves to be the favorite, and he will probably win on Sunday. And if you dig a little deeper and take a look at the percentages that he's been in the top 5 and the top 10, it becomes even more impressive. So do I think that he wins the race on Sunday? Yes, I do. But I'm not going to bet the plus 200. I'm going to hope that somewhere in the middle of that race, he falls back and we can catch plus 300, plus 400. If we can do that, I don't have a problem pulling the trigger on Chase Elliott. I just really don't want to bet that number, that pre-race look at 2-1, because anything could happen. But we know that Chase Elliott's going to start the pole on Sunday, and the first stage is only 16 laps, right? So I think that he has an excellent chance to win stage 1 here. You can get it on DraftKings. Elliott wins stage 1 at plus 175. I think when you consider the cars behind him in the top 15 and it's only 16 laps, I think that's a really, really good look at plus 175. There's not going to be anybody that catches him and passes him in that first stage of the race, barring equipment malfunction or a caution, really. Now, even if there is a caution, though, let's say halfway through the first stage, Elliott should easily be able to regain the lead before the stage ends. As long as he comes out of pit road somewhere in the top 8, I think he'll still get the lead before the stage one ends. So I think it sets up really nicely for him to grab the stage points in stage one. I'll be on him at plus 175 for sure. Keep your eye out. My one worry is competition cautions. Last year, I think there was a competition caution at lap 15, I want to say, or this year in the Busch class at lap 15. If that happens, I like this play less. But barring a competition caution, like at the end of stage one, I just don't see how anybody's going to catch him. So at plus 175, I think it's a really strong play. I'm going to be on it. My guys at Rum Pure are going to get this. They're going to be on it. So that's my favorite look so far. A bonus play, though, for you guys. I talked to Coop. We both like it. We're both going to be on it. Ryan Blaney, Denny Hamlin in a head-to-head matchup right now on DraftKings. Blaney's like even money. Denny Hamlin, he hasn't looked bad on this Daytona road course in the couple times that he raced here, but he is far from a road course stud the way that somebody like Elliott, Truex, or Kyle Busch have been, in prior years. So Ryan Blaney, who should have won the Clash 2 weeks ago, on this track again. I know he wrecked that final lap. I think he's got an excellent chance in this race to finish in the top 3 or top 5. And if that's the case, I think at even money in a matchup against Denny Hamlin, I think there's value there because the line to me should be more like minus 110 on both sides. I think that you can probably find a plus 105 out there somewhere. But again, like I said, I think these guys should be minus 110. So I'm happy to take the value on Blaney. He's one of the best drivers in the sport already, and he's probably a year away from being the best driver that Penske has. And when you think of what Penske's rolling with, former champion in Logano, former champion in Keselowski. So I think he's got a breakout potential this year. I think we could see him win 4 or 5 races this season. He looked phenomenal on this track 2 weeks ago. And Denny Hamlin's numbers, I believe, are inflated just because it's at Daytona. We know that, on the super speedway, the 2.5 mile track, he's a stud. But the road course is a different beast. So I like him. I like Ryan Blaney in the matchup. I'm willing to take the value on Blaney here. And if we're being honest, there are probably 5 drivers that could win this race on Sunday, barring, equipment failure or a huge wreck. Ryan Blaney is one of those drivers. So, Elliott is the class of the field, but Truex, Blaney, Kyle Busch, Logano, and maybe Hamlin, if it all fell right for him, could win this race. So I like the look. One last note before I go. If you're looking to fade the chalk on Elliott and you're just going to throw him out and you're going to try to beat him with somebody else, a couple of the longer shots that I like, I think Truex is live. Don't get him at plus 425. Try to get him at a better spot somewhere in the race. You can get Ryan Blaney at 11-1 at Fox Bet. You can get Kyle Busch at 13-1. Logano is 18-1. A couple of larger long shots in the field. Will Byron 20-1. Kurt Busch 33-1. If it all fell right for him, he's a hell of a road course driver. He might be able to make his way up there. You never know. But all that said, personally, I'll be looking to get the best number that I can on Chase Elliott live, with possible shots on Ryan Blaney at 11-1. And again, Martin Truex, but not at plus 425. I want a better number than that. Those will probably be the 3 drivers that I target live. And that's it. So the 2 plays we're going to go with for the video. Chase Elliott wins stage 1, plus 175. Ryan Blaney over Denny Hamlin at even money. And that's it, boys. Keg Live is going to be on all weekend long, obviously. I'll be on Saturday for a UFC fight night. I'll be on all day Sunday for the O'Reilly Auto Parts 253. And I might even hop on tonight. I'm not sure. But apart from that, let that action run pure, boys. I'll see you tomorrow.